Bye. Love you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, and welcome to 4 p.m. I was so busy I forgot to raise the fabulous curtain, which is now going up. Welcome, people who are on holidays, and those of you who are not, welcome anyway. My name's Dean Stevenson, and this is actually the last weekend of this installation that's been running for some time. This is the second time it's run here at Mona, and this will be the end of 7 months of being here in the museum. So the piece that you heard was not the piece that I wrote today. If that doesn't make any sense to you at all, then the premise of this installation is that every day a brand new piece of music gets written from a blank page. So the page was blank this morning, and now we're about to hear what I wrote today. So the piece we just heard was, what was it? 258 days I've been sat in the seat, and today is day 286. So every day sat here writing something new. The premise of 4 p.m. is about just exploring the idea of creativity. What is creativity? What is it that we can produce on a daily basis, even when we don't feel like it? The idea of the mystery of writer's block, etc., etc. Let's see what happens today. The piece we just heard was played by, can you please thank and welcome Miranda, Fran, we have Anna, Brett, and Stuart. Right. So lots of sight reading. If anyone wants to ask the question, and I will come to questions soon too, when do the musicians get to see the music? The answer is now. So they're looking at today's piece now, and we're about to have a rehearsal. So we'll stop and start a couple of times. So we're still in the process. I've been in the process all day long writing music, and we're now going to be in the process of rehearsing that piece. If you have any questions at all, I'll come back to you and see if you have any. We'll have a chat, keep it informal, and all is, well, I'm good. Here we go. Let's go for day 286. All right. So there's a nice, this little kind of mysterious wash viola on first, for the first couple of bars, and then cello takes the melody, pretty much holds it until after we'll just start there, see what happens. pressing changes everything. Here's A. Just read that off the page for the first time. The ink's still wet. It's worth an applause. Come now. Thank you. Right. How's that for everyone?
Good.
Any bungs?
Just a question about
yes.
bar 33.
Bar 33, yep.
I've got a D sharp on the second quaver. What do you want the higher D to be? A D natural or D sharp?
Yeah, good question. I don't think it's meant to be a D sharp. Oh, actually, yes, it is, because it's got D sharp under it. Yes, D sharp, please.
And then the next bar back to D natural?
No, D sharp again.
So...
Can we hear that?
I did a D sharp that time.
Can we hear the 3/4 bar before C? 3 before C.
No, up the top.
3 before C. Ooh, 3. Yep, D sharp. Yep, lovely. Okay. All right. So there's lots of room. I know it says get a bit quicker at A. So we could take all the time between A and the moderato at bar 18 just to kind of get faster, if you like, or rather than kind of bumping in at 18, do you think? Yep. And at the bar of 2 before D, when everyone scoops up, nice and swoony, really scoop up to that note, please, everyone.
Fast scoop? Like a... Or...
Yeah. No, fast scoop. Yep.
And is it from the note? Because I mean, I'm quite far down. It's quite long.
Not from the note. Just make it. Can we hear? Let's just try a slow swing. All right. Audience participation here. Choose your own adventure. Let's do a slow slide.
So
let's
from the note. Yep.
2 bars before D. From the note. 3, 4. Okay, hold there. Now there's a problem because because yours is on 4, this is on 3, beat 3. Let's make yours. Can you go up to that C on beat 3, please? So get rid of that. What's that?
I've got a minimum first beat.
Yes.
Slide on.
D. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's with the fast scoop.
D. So the faster, sliding up. 3, 4. Okay, hold there. I think that quick one's good.
Yep.
Now, what about yeah? It's like a little bit of daylight in between the 2 notes. Would that work? Let's see what that sounds like. Same bar
With the scoop?
with the scoop. 3, 4. Maybe not.
No.
There's a crescendo.
Yeah, it's not going to
Yeah,
work.
cool. Forget that daylight because there is crescendo. Correct. That's right. I think we made a decision without you. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, let's go then from let's go from the moderato at 18, please. E or a little bit more second in those. Hold there, that was lovely. Let's try that. I want to hear those triplets at D, please. So everyone has minimum triplets. D, ya, 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 really swoony, really kind of swell. Ya, da, da, da. Please, it's on those triplets. Letter D.
So
I think, yes, hairpin, thank you, yes. That means get louder and get softer again.
And then it's got a diminuendo, the bar before E, but kind of cut that out or just
I think so.
Out. Like
Yeah.
We've already dimmed.
That's right, yes. Go from letter D, please.
Dean, you've got a tie on my first two notes in the triplet. Do you want it tied or do you want it articulated?
Yes, the tie for the first two,
I'm
please.
doing
Yes.
a slurve through all the
Letter
Ds.
D.
Okay. Or whatever.
Yep.
3, 4. Second will take the load here. Hold there. Okay, the pencils come out. Everyone's making notes already. Pencils are very important to rehearsals. I don't write all the information in, and there are things like, look at the first violin might say, oh, and this particular part I'm doing it with the cello. So look at the cellist. So they put a little note to themselves to know where to look and what to do. And there are things, that they have to. It's important to them to, and maybe they're writing cock and balls. I don't know what they're doing on their score, but it makes a difference for rehearsals. Has anybody got any questions they want to ask me about anything that's going on? Yes. Not intentional. What I've tried to do in the first 150 days that I sat here, every day was quite unique. And when I came back to run this again, I thought, well, I'll try and connect everything across the weekend. So on a Monday, I'll play, all like a suite, fast movement, a slow movement, and then maybe there's a little thread that goes through. So I might pull something through. Maybe today's kind of chord end's a bit ambiguous, I think. So maybe I'll keep going with that tomorrow. So I might kind of continue it on, like you might hope a large work would sort of have a thread through it. But generally, I don't pull too many things forward. It's all about kind of what can be done brand new on the day. But inevitably, me being me and there only being so many notes on the piano, sometimes I repeat kind of, oh, I've done that before, I should modify that. Or sometimes, the theme for bloody Jurassic Park or something comes up and I have to deal with that, oh, that's familiar, oh, that's right. Yeah, it happens sometimes. That's the rub with doing it all day, that it's inevitably those things happen. All right, any other questions or we'll keep going? All right, keep going. Yes? No. Pits for a bar. Yes, please. I think that's what I thought. Yes.
68, second last note, is it a G sharp or a G natural? I just played a G natural and I thought it sounded like it should be G sharp.
Should be a G sharp, I guess. No, there's no real reason why it shouldn't be.
There's a G natural
There's a G
earlier in the
natural at the
bar.
beginning.
Oh, in 68, you say?
Yep.
Bar 68, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong bar. Oh, I see. Play a G sharp about it.
But it sounds right to be a G
Yeah,
sharp.
yep,
So
G sharp,
yeah,
yep. When we do the swoon again, the same thing, please.
Yes,
The C on that second. Yes, thank you. Okay, cool. Where did we get to then?
I.
I. Let's go from letter
Yeah,
I.
yeah.
Let's go from letter H then in case I'm running down. From letter H.
Listening some volume.
3, 4. Sorry, let me try that. Can we just the triplet on the 2 bars, 3 before I? I'm not sure that's actually cool. I've written that well. So 3 bars before I, maybe without first.
Who
3
has a
before.
triplet there?
Me.
This,
Oh.
yeah.
3 before I.
Yeah, yeah.
with Brett.
Actually, let's just hear viola, cello, and bass. Yeah, yeah. Slow it down. 3 before I, just viola, cello, and bass.
Slow,
3,
he's saying.
4. Oh, slow. Yeah. No, no. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't fit in with the triplets that Violin 2 has like earlier though.
They're not playing triplets. Violin is playing
So,
crotchets.
do you want us, so we could do separate.
Can I hear again, please? 2 before I.
Separate?
3, 4.
It's definitely a G sharp.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Should be a G sharp. That's really slow.
So I've got G naturals.
Slur them, please. Slur the triplets. 3, oh yeah. See? Pencils. Slurs. All right. 3 before I. 3, 4. Yes. Cool. And that was it with the G sharp?
Yeah.
So you and that was on your, so maybe you're a G sharp in that bar then.
The beginning of the
Beginning of I, rather than a G natural.
It's the same in the bar before, definitely a G sharp.
Yeah. Yes.
Try
Okay.
that.
Everyone from 3 before I at that tempo. 3, 4. That's better. Cool. Okay. From letter H again, please. 3, 4. J. There's that first themes come back again. That sounds like Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? Oops. Viola. Hold there. Alternate ending. Great. Can I do one thing? Viola, your melody.
Yep.
In the second of M, don't go down to that F sharp. Put that F sharp
Okay,
up the octave, please. Thank you.
And do you want me to sort of make some slurs? Or
Yeah, slur all, be slurry and sloppy and all romantic all over it. Has anybody got any questions? We're about to play all the way through, but I've got a thing I want to ask you. I've got an alternate ending. So let's play from bar 103. Let's play from bar 103, and we could end it this way first, which is the way you just heard it. 103.
So what do we do?
103, stopping at the double line, at the 2/4 bar. 3, 4. We can do it like that, with the double bass way up there, high, where it doesn't belong. Or we can go all the way to the end, same thing, 103.
Low bass.
Which one? I don't think that last bar adds anything extra that the other one doesn't do. What do you think? Should we go all the way to the low bass or stop early? Stop early? I agree. I agree. There you go, yeah. Stop early. So get rid of those last 2 bars. Great. Okay. Questions, and we're about to run it all the way through. Yes? No? Question over here? Yes? How's the experience? Well. Kind of, look, it's a privilege to have musicians show up every day to play what I've written, that's for sure. So every day when I'm tired, not the same people, but the same instruments, because that's the challenge, to make the same instruments fresh every time, which drives me kind of nuts. So it has been brutal for me personally, to be honest. And I've kind of publishing some recordings, and even my diaries are coming out as well, just as a journey of creativity. I started this whole thing with the initial question being, what happens when the artist, meaning me, empties the tank? What do you do when there's nothing left? When you've been day after day after day after day after, and you think you've put all of the ideas that you've ever had on the paper, then what do you do? And I've discovered that there is no such thing as emptying the tank. And that's, I think when people say, I've got writer's block, I can't think of anything to say, that's just an excuse for not doing anything. Or it's a lack of courage for putting the thing that you are thinking of on the page. Because if you can't think of anything, I reckon you're actually dead. Like your heart's stopped. That's when you don't think of anything, as far as I'm concerned. So it's a matter of going, I might have written like a world-crushing #1 hit yesterday and feel like it was the best thing I ever wrote. And if I burst the bubble today by writing something lesser, well, I'll feel bad. But for me, it's just showing up to the page. Maybe you show up to the canvas or whatever your art form is and just do it anyway. Because when, as a writer who's kind of a commission writer, when someone phones me to say I need a project done, next week, next month, next year, I've got to be kind of tool sharp, ready to go. And I just know, I learn more about myself by the act of creativity. So if I stop doing it and wait for lightning to strike, I can't call myself a musician or a composer, because now I'm just lazy waiting for the perfect day when the stars have aligned, and that's not the same thing, in my opinion. So that's what I've figured out. Right. Shall we play it all the way through? This is day 286, the 4th last piece of this installation, running here at Mona. And if you just have this one listen in, thank you very much for your time. We will play another piece after this in case you want to hang around. You won't miss the ferry. We'll look after you. There's a live stream on this camera in front of me here. You can look up all of these on YouTube. They're all there. Look up 4 p.m. Dean Stevenson. They're all there. Sometimes the pieces I write are just terrible. They're awful, or they're okay, but they're nothing special. But sometimes you're like, oh, I was at the coalface and the lightning struck. It was awesome. So we've made some recordings. There's a download over here, or an album, or a CD even, old school. If you want to come and see me, have a chat and get one of those. That's it. Here we go. Here's day 286 all the way through. Thank you. Miranda, Fran, Anna, Brett, Stuart. Right. The next question, the next phase I want to get to is if you run it again, do you need me to conduct?
No.
Maybe, or bugger.
Stay there.
I'll stay there because it's great when the music always goes like so much bigger and better when they own it. Because conducting is, you don't need a conductor for a group this small unless you're getting to know it like now. So that's today's piece. There you go. That was just a blank page this morning and braved the notes onto the page, and that's what happened. And tomorrow is a whole new piece again. Anybody got any questions? What do I ask? My favourite people down the front? Yes, question?
You know, it was fine. It was just.
There wasn't any specific inspiration. That's a great question. No. Yes, there is sometimes a really specific inspiration. And I come in and go, and I'm thinking about it all day long, like I'm thinking about a war or a person or a feeling. But I guess what I like to say and think about is that I don't need to think. As a young creator, it's important I have to make something that feels like lightning, that is really, of me. It's a correct thing. It's of a thing. I can say it's amazing. I can explain, as opposed to just rocking up in the morning with absolutely nothing and blindly going. There you go. There's my 3 notes. Bump. I'll just start to riff on those 3 notes, and then eventually I'll start to put notes in place, and then something will arrive. Eventually I'll go, oh, there's a little something, I'll follow that. So just being on the tools and practicing my craft. So if I waited for inspiration, I might sit here and just dribble on myself for weeks and not do anything, which is not very interesting. Good question. All right. Should we do it one more time and then we'll play something else through? Get familiar, yes? One more time? We'll play one more time. Here we go, day 286.
We'll do it by ourselves, but if we get lost,
Cool, okay.
give us a thing.
Excellent.
Yep. It's gone.
My rub is that if there's any, same with you, if there's any bits that you feel like, oh, I could have heard more of that, or that wasn't long enough, or that was too long, that's just the rub of doing it in a day, and at least it's a place to start, as opposed to having nothing at all. Thank you very much. That is today's piece. Played twice, and now you're familiar with it. Maybe you'll whistle it all the way home. Let's play, should we do 280, that one there? All right, we'll play one more for you. If you hand that one around, please. Thank you very much. 282, just a little thank you to you for sticking around. You won't miss the ferry because this will be done in plenty of time for you to run upstairs if you're catching the ferry. Come and have a chat to me afterwards. I'm more than happy to have a bit of a nag. There's also a little QR code over here if you want to take it, if you want to go straight to Bandcamp and have a listen to some tunes as well that we've recorded of a night time. We'll come and talk to me about the download of the album. Here is day 282. This is from last weekend. This is from Friday last weekend. And what's great is I can't remember how it goes. I just remember how it looks. 3, 4. Thank you. Please thank Miranda and Fran and Anna and Brett and Stuart. Thank you very much. That's it for 4 p.m. for today. Thanks for sticking around. Come and have a chat. Don't run if you're catching the ferry. Plenty of time to walk. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't think you filled it in today.
Yeah. Forgot to fill in who the composer was.